Hello again, geometry. So welcome to 11.2, area of a circle and sectors. Now, you probably all know what the area of a circle is, but do you know why it is? So what I want to do is a quick little demonstration of why area is what it is. So I took this given circle and I broke it up into a bunch of pie pieces. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those pie pieces and I'm going to lay them out next to each other. And if you make the slices small enough, what happens is the height or the radius will be almost perpendicular. So we don't have to do exactly all the slices. So there's, so the area of this pie is the same as if you take all the slices. So notice that this becomes sort of like a rectangle, and the height of the rectangle is the radius, and the length of this rectangle is half of your circumference, because the other side is the other half, and we know that's 2 pi r, where these will then cancel. So the area is length times width, or height times base, however you want to see it. So we have pi r times r. Voila! There is the area of your circle. So area, which is a two-dimension, length and width, is pi r squared, where again, you know that r equals the radius of the circle. So this is the formula we're going to work with when we're dealing with area. Okay, so let's do a few. Find the area of a circle with diameter 26 inches. So that means that my radius will be 13 inches. So area equals pi times 13 squared, which would be 169 pi. We tend to write the number in front of pi. And our units, because this is area, is going to be something squared, in this case inches squared. All right, so make sure you're keeping your units with your problems. Now find the area of a circle with a circumference of 36 pi. So our goal is to find the radius. So I know that if my circumference is 36 pi and circumference is 2 pi r, so what I really want is to find r. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2 pi. My pi's will cancel, and 36 divided by 2 tells me that my radius will be 18. So your first goal is to solve for r. Now I can apply the area formula. So this will be pi times 18 squared. And 18 squared is 324 pi, and since we have no units, we'll just write units squared like that. Okay? Now they want us to find the diameter of a circle with an area of 10 square feet. Notice there's no pi's anywhere, so that means we're going to be working with decimals. That means you're going to need your calculator. So our first goal again is to solve for probably the radius, and then we can double it to find our diameter. So my area is 10, and that equals pi r squared. So I can divide by pi, and so I know that r squared is 10 over pi, so we're going to have to take the square root of all that, and that as a decimal is about 1.78. That's my radius. So to find my diameter, I have to double that, and that's going to be 3.57, and we did have, since diameter is one-dimensional, this will just be feet. 3.57 feet will be our diameter. Okay, so it's always a good idea to write down, when you're given information, write down the formula or the relationship so that you can isolate the variable you're looking for. Okay, now yesterday we looked at circumference, which is perimeter, and partial circumference, which was arc length. Today we looked at area, and now we're going to look at partial area, and it's basically the same concept. We know that whoops, wrong pen. We know that the central angle is going to sweep out the intercepted arc. They will be the same. And we know that the area of a sector is going to equal a fraction of the whole area. And what fraction that is just like with arc length. It's going to equal x over 360, but now times the area. So this will be pi r squared. So again, it'll be, whoops, I wrote the wrong thing there. It'll be x over 360 times area. And your units now will be squared because we're talking area, which is two-dimensional. All right, so let's look at a few examples. We have here a shaded region, and we want the shaded darker region, which has a 45-degree arc measure. So we're going to write the area, and I like to write it this way. The area of a sector is, so that will be 45 out of 360. So that's the fraction of the whole area, which is pi r squared. R is 8. Here's our radius. So that will be 64. And again, you have your calculators. You can go through and divide things and simplify. I know that 45 degrees goes into 360 8 times. And so this would be 1 over 8. And 8 goes into 64 8 times. So the area of this sector is going to end up being 8 pi centimeters squared. So that will be the area of our sector. Okay? So it's just a fraction of the whole area. Sometimes you can just find the area first and then figure out what fraction of it that is. All right, let's look at this baseball field here. We have a security camera that's covering part of that. Oh, it's just a region, it's not a baseball field. So you have a security camera here in the corner at a 130-degree angle. And I'm having to move this so I can read it. A new security camera is installed in the same position that doubles the radius of the covered area. How does this affect the covered area? So let's figure out what's being covered first. I'm going to call that area 1. And that's going to involve just this shaded region with a radius of 40. So that's going to be 40. Oh, that's my radius, sorry. Dun, dun, dun. So that's a central angle of 130 out of 360. And then pi times 40 squared, since that's my radius. And if you go through with a calculator, and I'm going to simplify this down to a decimal, you will get 577.7 repeating pi feet squared. So that would be that green region. But then we come along and we install in the same spot something that's going to double the radius. So we can have 80 feet out being covered. So this we're going to call area 2. So notice 130 out of 360. Now it's going to be pi 80 squared. So when we simplify that, we get 2,311.1 repeating pi feet squared. And we want to know, how does it affect the coverage area? So in other words, look at what we had to do to the radius. We're squaring that radius. So if I were to make a ratio of area 2 to area 1, so if I made a ratio out of these, what you would find, it's kind of amazing. We doubled the radius, but because that radius got squared, it's actually 4 times larger area. Because doubling it, and then if you square something that has been doubled, that's 4 times. Okay, so that is going to be the new area. All right, now we have what is called, this is called an annulus or a washer. I've seen it called more, so we'll refer to it both ways. Or a washer. And so what it is it's a smaller circle and a larger circle that share the same center. They are concentric. And we want to find the area of this shaded region. So think about what strategies you might use. Also notice the given information here. So you have that the smaller circle has a radius of 7. The larger circle has a radius of 14. So its radius has been doubled. But let's go ahead and do this. So area of an annulus is usually the area of the larger minus the area of the smaller. And in this case, we're going to be finding half the area because we're only doing a sector. So the area of the larger is going to be 1/2 pi r squared. So pi 14 squared minus 1/2 the area of the smaller. So basically you found everything, and now we're going to take away this green part. So 1/2 pi 7 squared. And something to notice for future reference, it's actually shorter. Notice I can pull out the 1/2 and the pi and just go 14 squared minus 7 squared. So that's going to be 196 minus 49. Where's my calculator? 196 minus 49 gives me 147. So 1/2 147 pi, unfortunately not an even number, so it comes out to be 73.5 pi feet squared, because we're still talking area. Okay, so the area of the large circle, you found everything in this large circle, and then what we're doing is we're taking away, actually we only took half of this, and then we took away this part on the inside. That just left us the shaded region.